Now, with Mercury retrograde in Capricorn in your seventh house, this is going to be a situation where relationships from the past may be coming back around. Okay. Most people always say, oh, when Mercury retrograde happens, your ex comes back. And it's not always the case. It depends on where it's going down in your chart. And for you, Mercury retrograde could really bring an ex back. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Astro Room, where we discuss everything astrology on a weekly and a monthly basis. All right. I am your favorite astrologer, Mel of Divine Feminine Works, where I help people unlock their divinity and discover their magic. So if you are new, welcome. And as always, if you are returning, welcome back. This channel is everything tarot, astrology, spirituality, and manifestation. So if those are the things you like, if those are the things you love, if those are the things you want to learn more about, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you'll always be notified when I come out with new content. All right, and speaking of content, head over to Instagram and hit that follow button. I've got loads of excellent daily content. And when I say daily, I mean daily. I post a lot of great stuff on the regular. So head over there, hit that follow button so you don't miss any of that great stuff. All right, my loves, welcome to another edition of the monthly Astro Forecast for the month of January 2023. All right, so next up, we've got Cancer rising. All right, Cancer, so for you, the areas of focus in January are your 7th house of relationships, your 8th house of intimacy, your 12th house of the unknown, and your 1st house of self. Okay. So during Capricorn season, it's going to be all about relationships for you. Okay. But not lovey-dovey, loving and tender. This is really more so about the practicality of relationships. Do these relationships make sense in your life? Do they make rational sense? Do they fit in your life in a practical sort of way? Now, it doesn't just cover romantic relationships. 7th house covers relationships of not all kinds, but relationships to which you are bound, meaning that contractual relationships, business relationships, marriages, and, committed long-term relationships. Now, with Mercury retrograde in Capricorn in your 7th house, this is going to be a situation where relationships from the past may be coming back around. Okay. Most people always say, oh, when Mercury retrograde happens, your ex comes back. And it's not always the case. It depends on where it's going down in your chart. And for you, Mercury retrograde could really bring an ex back, or it could bring back a situation like a contractual obligation from the past, or maybe even responsibilities from the past may be coming back around while Mercury is retrograde. Then when the sun moves into Aquarius, this is going to light up your 8th house of intimacy and shared resources. So let's say that you do have a relationship, maybe even a relationship from the past. I feel like this time around, you're going to be thinking about it in ways that are different. Maybe you don't want to have a title. Maybe you don't want to be boxed in. Maybe you want to create your own definition for what your relationship looks and feels like. Okay. It's about innovation in relationships. Now, it's also because the 8th house also covers things like shared resources, things like astrology, your psyche, things like are taboo or the occult. You may be learning about these things. So I feel like for you in particular, Cancer, I feel like Aquarius season is a great time for you to learn about occult subjects, to learn about astrology. I feel like your mind is going to be a lot more receptive to it at that time. It's also a great way. I feel like Aquarius season is going to also be a great time for you to connect with people on a deeper sort of level, but intellectually. It's like you can really find the people that are attuned to the same wavelength as you. So you can really build relationships that are substantive and long lasting based on your ideology and how you think about things. Okay, so you have the ability to form some new relationships or even strengthen existing relationships during Aquarius season. Then when Mars goes direct in Gemini, this is going to be your 12th house of the unknown. Okay. So here's the thing for you in particular. Anytime you have 12th house energy or 12th house activity, a lot of times things are happening and you just can't see them. You are not privy to them because it's the house of the unknown. It requires you to have faith, okay? And with Mars direct in your 12th house, This could really be your spirit team going to war for you, okay? And you have no idea. You know how sometimes you see those memes or you see those things on social media where it's like a picture of the one thing that comes to mind is like someone's walking down the street and you see a whole bunch of angels. They're like pushing people out of the way. They're like moving things and the person has no idea, right? That's the essence of Mars in Gemini in your 12th house. It's your spirit team doing the most on your behalf and you have like no idea about it, okay? But what you may notice is that your sleep patterns become disruptive, okay? You may have found that while Mars was retrograde, you might have been really sleepy a lot or you're just very lethargic and sluggish like physically. But I feel like with Mars going direct in Gemini, you guys may have insomnia, you may have issues sleeping, or your dream state is going to be extremely, extremely vivid. Okay, so pay attention to your dreams. Keep a dream journal next to your bed because I feel like you guys are going to get a lot of messages during your dream state. Okay. And then finally, we have that full moon in Cancer going down in your sign, and that is your first house. So you may find that at the full moon, many things related to you, to your attitude, your outlook, maybe even your physical appearance or your physical body may become illuminated to you. Now, that full moon is all about striking a balance, right? That balance between Cancer and Capricorn. And for you, this plays out between your first house and your seventh house. So the full moon is going to be about your own basic emotional needs on the one hand and your partner's basic emotional needs on the other, and finding the balance between the two. Are you nurturing yourself more than your partner, or vice versa? Are you nurturing your partner more than yourself? I feel like the full moon is going to illuminate that for you. Even if it doesn't, full moons are all about completion. So maybe a personal goal that you have is coming to completion. Maybe something with respect to your body or your physical appearance is coming to completion. Okay, that's how that full moon in Cancer is going to work out for you. So for you, Cancer, you've got this first house, seventh house energy in January. You have this me versus them energy, me versus my partner energy, and finding the balance between the two. I feel like when it comes to communicating with people and when it comes to connecting with people, you have the ability to connect with people on a very deep and substantive level based on your ideas and your ideologies. And then finally, I feel like your spirit team is really going to be going to bat for you in January. Like a lot is going to be going on behind the scenes. I feel like you guys are going to be protected. I feel like whatever is needed to be knocked out of the way for you to continue moving forward safely will be done so by your spirit team. And I also feel like they've got a lot to talk to you about during the dream state. So again, keep a dream journal because your dreams are going to be extremely vivid. All right.